Let me start with clearing up a common misunderstanding. When companies see different outcomes for similar issues in Vietnam, their first reaction will be, this feels unfair. To be fair, that reaction is natural, but it's also misleading because what you're saying is not unfair treatment, but it's different legal logic at work. Let me be very clear. Vietnam operates under civil law system, not a common law system. That means cases are not decided by precedent. They are decided by applying written law to the facts of the situation. So, similar cases do not need to produce similar outcomes. They need to produce legally justified outcomes. And that distinction explains most of the confusion. In common law system, people used to asking what happened last time? How were others treated? Precedent carries weight. But in civil law system, including Vietnam, precedent is informative at best, but it's not binding. On paper, yes, the same regulation applies. In practice, not really. Because each case is assessed on its own facts. That's not arbitrary. That's how the system is designed. Let me give you a very practical example. Two companies operate retail outlets under the same license, same sector, same regulatory framework, but have an outlet that fails to follow the required procedure. Company A identifies the issue internally, fixes it quickly, documents the correction. No customer harm, no external complaint. Company B had the same issue, but this time a customer is affected, or the issue appears during an inspection, or it triggers a broader review. So from business perspective, this feels like the same case, but from a civil law perspective, like in Vietnam, they're not, because the facts are different. One case involves a technical breach, the other involves consequences. And under civil law logic, facts drive the outcome, not comparison. Another common scenario, two companies are adjusting to new data requirements. Both are slightly behind schedule, both intend to fix it. Company A updates quietly, no data exposure. Company B experiences a data incident, limited but real. At that point, enforcement is not acting. Did other also delay? It will ask, was data exposed? Was user affected? Was management in control? Same rule, different factual situation, different outcome, correctly under civil law reasoning. What people miss is this. Authorities in Vietnam are not trying to equalize outcome across companies. They are required to address each situation as it stands. Once case includes visible impact affected third parties, question about control oversight, the legal assessment naturally become more serious. This happens in every civil law country, I believe. Vietnam is not an exception. The difference is that many businesses arrive here with common law expectations and common law knowledge. This is where both need to recalibrate. Both often rely on reassurance like others were treated lightly, so we the same. But in civil law system, that reassurance has limited value. What matters is what are our facts? What impact exists now? How does the situation look at the moment of assessment? When enforcement starts, comparison offer very little protection. Facts do. For foreign investors, this distinction is critical. Vietnam is not being unpredictable. It's being legally consistent within its system. The challenge is expectation mismatch, not enforcement behavior. Once the investor understands that, many outcomes suddenly make sense. So, the real question is not why were we treated differently? It should be what are the facts about situation right now Because in a civil law system, facts, not precedent, decide outcomes. This is something we see repeatedly when companies operate across legal system. Understanding this earlier help board as well as management team make better decisions long before enforcement ever become an issue.